Hi guys, my name is Nenye. If this is your first time in my channel, yes, my name is Nenye. What do I do on this channel? I really don't know. I just come and do things that I feel you should see or you should know. So like the intro says, today we're going to be talking about mainland versus the island. But to be precise, most of the videos I watch, people are always talking about mainland and island, and they end up talking about some specific places they live. So I will just be direct and talk about some areas on a particular place on the mainland and a particular place on the island, or more places on the island. So today we'll be talking about, before that anyway, for those of you that don't know Lagos is divided into two phases. I don't know when the division started, but Lagos has always been divided into two, which is the mainland and the island. And for those of us in Lagos, we know how this division is. So but for those of you that are in Lagos, people on the island tend to believe they are outside Nigeria, and people on the mainland, they make them believe they are the ones suffering or things like that. So Lagos Island or Lagos mainland consists of places like Ikeja, Surulere, Oshodi, Badagry, Festac, Shomolu. Is it Shomolu or Shomolu? Magodo, Select, so many places on the mainland. And then the island, we have places like Lekki Phase 1, we have Jakonde, we have Chevron, we have VGC, we have Ekpe, we have Aja, Ilaje, Ibeju, Lekki. We have a lot of places because when it comes to the island, to know people that are just coming to Lagos for the first time, when you ask them where are you in Lagos, they'll be like, I did Lekki or I did island. Or people that have not been to Lagos, when you tell them, oh, I live on the island, they'll be like, Lekki, and you'll be like, no. And they say Aja, and you'll be like, no. And they'll be like, where else is on the island? The island has a lot of places, like there's Jakonde, there's Salem, there's Isala. We have a lot of places on the island as well as mainland. But today I'm talking about just one place from the mainland, which is Badagry. No reason per se, or there's a reason, because I grew up in Badagry. When we moved to Lagos, Badagry was the first place I went to. So I grew up in Badagry, and growing up I did not really go out, not because my parents were strict, but because I don't like going out, or I don't know Lagos that much, and I was afraid of Lagos. So I grew up staying inside the house. I think the first time I ever went into Lagos, because people in Badagry say they are going into Lagos or they are going to Echo and Low Echo, but we all know we're all in Lagos. So the first time I think I went to Lagos was in my secondary school, and I was playing football, and we had to play a match in Lagos Island Stadium. So that was the first time I went to Lagos, and I was like, wow, this is different from Badagry. Wow, so many cars and all that. But growing up now, I've realized that they're not, as in, there's no big difference. First of all, I grew up in Badagry. I stayed there for like a very long time. Then I came to the island in 2018. So I've been on the island since 2018. I think that gives me the right to compare the both places. So first things first that I'm going to talk about when it comes to mainland versus island, or Badagry versus Lekki, I will start by saying the road. One thing that Lekki beats Badagry, or the island beats mainland, is the road. The road is really good. That, as in, since I've been on the island, you hardly see bad roads, like even in the streets and all those things. But Badagry road did not used to be that bad when I was growing up. Yeah, it wasn't that horrible when I was growing up. But now fam, the road is like gone. Because I went to Badagry in November for a friend's wedding. If you watch some of my videos, you would see the video, me showing you the road and everything. The road was not really that bad until I don't know what happened, and it became horrible. Like, normally when we used to go back to Badagry to visit my parents, because my parents are still in Badagry, we just go through CMS, Maitu, Yanoba, and then we're home. Now I had to go through Obalende. I went through Obalende, I went through Oshodi, I went through Iyanopaja, I went through, there's another place, First Gate. I went to First Gate before I got to Badagry, and that is like really difficult and hectic. If you have a lot of luggages, it's going to be really stressful carrying all those things to all the bus stops and all that. So the road is like horrible. That is one good thing about the island. When the road is bad, they don't waste time and then they fix it. So it is amazing. That is like one big difference I like really enjoyed on the island. The road is good. Secondly, I'll be talking about the traffic. Like everybody says, Lagos traffic, Lagos. I'm not an aggressive person anyway. So like they talk about Lagos traffic. I would say, in my own opinion, I would rather pick the mainland traffic over the island traffic. Don't get me wrong. Let me explain. When there's traffic on the mainland, I don't know if I would say was built in a way that we don't have one way in, one way out. You can follow somebody's compound, come out from their kitchen and drive through their neighbor's balcony to get out of traffic. That is the good part about mainland. The roads are like so connected and scattered, so you can like maneuver traffic through different ways. But on the island, oh my gracious Jesus, when there's traffic on the island, because it's just one straight road, everybody's going to be there. There was a time there was like massive traffic. People slept on the road. People that left their office by 5 p.m. got home by 1 a.m., 4 a.m. and they have to like, currently now the traffic is really bad. The traffic on the island is really bad currently now, because I don't know if they're trying to expand the road. I don't know what they're trying to do, but currently on the island right now, the traffic is really horrible. If you want to go to work, you have to wake up as early as 6 a.m. or 5, because by that 6 alone, the road is already turning to something else. So that is one thing about the traffic. I would prefer the mainland traffic, because I've been like on the mainland and there's traffic, and then you see there are different maneuvers. Like you can beat the mainland traffic different ways, but when it's the island, you don't have any other place to go. There's no people parlor, it's just a straight road. That's the bad thing about the traffic on the mainland that nobody talks about. They'll be like, it's good road, but if the traffic holds you there, prepare to sleep on the road. That is about the traffic. Now I'm leaving the good part because those are the ones I'm going to talk about last. And I think, what else do I want to talk about? Mainland versus island. To let's say emergency or access to emergency food. Like the island, people saying island and nightlife, the nightlife. No, when it comes to the nightlife, they means club and bars. You cannot just pop out of your house. Like, okay, from the first place we lived on the island, we lived in an estate. To get something, you have to come out of the estate and walk down to a mini supermarket attached to a fuel station. That's the closest place for us to buy emergency things to cook and eat. Or you cross the two major roads and go into the lungu or whatever they call it to get what to eat. That's how bad it is. The second place, the same thing. You have to come out of the compound and go to one hotel. They have a mini supermarket there, and if they don't have anything there, you have to go to the market. That's how bad it is. You can't just step out and buy quick food or anything to eat. You have to go to the mall, supermarket, or you have to go to the main market. But in Badagry, everybody's compound is a store. Like everybody's compound is shop. Everybody's compound. In a street, you can have more than 7 people selling the same thing, or a little bit similar, a little bit different. That's one thing about Badagry. Like everybody plays like, and like I used to hear my friends that are coming to Lagos for the first time hear people say, if you come Lagos by 12 a.m. they see they cook rice for people to buy. That doesn't count on the island. That is when they're talking about that, they're talking about the mainland. It's mainland they're talking about. So that's about that. That's one thing I like about the mainland, because I'm this kind of person that I can be hungry like 10 p.m. I can just be hungry and I'll be looking for something to just munch on. You can't see here. You cannot. But the island, you can just go to somebody's house. They have a shop. Everybody's house is a shop on the mainland. That is the difference between the island and the mainland. This emergency eating, mainland has it, island doesn't have it. Now, to accommodation. The thing is, when I moved from Badagry to the island here, I just assume it's mainland. All our houses are like that. But I started going into the mainland. I started, like, let's say 2019, 2020. No, let me say 2021. That's when I started going to the mainland, places like Ikeja, Sulere, Maryland, and Co. And I realized, wow, mainland to have cool places. Like that saying, island beats mainland, is just overrated. It's just people saying nonsense, because the mainland have cool places. If I have my way, I would rather prefer to live on the mainland. One, mainland houses are way bigger, and yeah, if you're getting houses of the same price value, you get better value on the mainland than on the island. Island houses are really small, they have water issues, most times light, trash. So when you want to move into somewhere on the island, first thing you ask them is, do you have where you dispose trash? You have to check their water. We're already used to the sizes of the house. They are always very small and really expensive for no reason. Currently where I stay is a 2-bedroom flat. You combining the It's a 2-bedroom flat, but if you combine both, like all the rooms, the 2 rooms and the parlor, it's not as big as my parlor in Badagry. That's how small the house is. Now the water is so bad. It has color, it smells. I can't cook with it. I always buy pure water to cook, sachet water to cook. That's how bad it is. Like, we have bad water on the island, and then the houses are so small, so expensive, and then again, bad road. When it comes to getting to the houses, most of the houses might be fine, affordable, but the road is bad. So let me advise you guys, if you're coming to the island and you want to rent a space or you want to buy somewhere, go during the rainy season. Don't go now that the whole weather is dry. Go during the rainy season. That's when you know how bad, how motorable the roads wherever you're renting is. So I would pick the houses on the mainland over the houses on the island. Island is just fine from the outside, but it's inside, it's something else. Houses on the mainland are bigger, affordable, and easy. They have clean water on the mainland. Island, on the other hand, is the opposite. I'm not gonna lie. I've lived in 3 different places on the mainland. All had water issue. All had small spaces. All had problem with trash. Like the first place I lived, we used to throw the trash over the fence to somebody else's land. The second place I lived, they used to have a trash in front of the compound, but when they were renovating the road, they stole the trash, and it was even illegally placed there. So what we do is, we wake up in the middle of the night, go to people's compound and trash it there, or trash it in people's bin, because we didn't have where to trash it. Here, when we moved in, we asked them about the trash, because we had issue with that last one. I didn't want to go through that, so they said they burn it every time in front of the compound. So 2 months or 3 months into living here, the place they burn it, the person said they want to build their house there and we shouldn't drop trash there. So we had to keep accumulating trash. Like, the whole compound was a mess for months before the landlord had to buy trash cans. And then now we pay for trash, we pay for light, we pay for water, we pay for everything. That is the bad part of it. Accommodation is not fair on the island. It's not fair. Like, it's not worth the value and all those things. So I think that's the major things I have to compare island and the mainland. Like, I don't see the hype on the island. I've lived on the island. I don't see the hype. I just feel it's easier to get jobs that pay well on the island. That's why everybody's coming here. That's the only hype I see on the island. The job aspect, the income, they pay well here and all that. It has good road, it has sand mine. Like, if you want to live in Lagos and be a little bit mentally stable, you can just come to the island, because I would say the level of people that are crazy on the island is like 30 to 70, 30 being the crazy, 70 being the normal. But on the mainland, 92% of the people on the mainland are crazy, and then the remaining 8% are like a bit normal, a bit, like I said. So that's just the difference between the mainland, is the people. I think the environment makes the people crazy and like normal. So that's just the difference between, for me, that's just the difference between the mainland and the island. So, but funny enough, everything is still in Lagos, so we're all still in Lagos and all that. So guys, that is where I'm going to stop for here. I think this should be a part 1. When I like feel like talking about the mainland and the island again, I'll do a part 2. But for now, this is where I'm going to stop. Like, I'm gonna stop here. So thank you guys for watching today's video. If you have not subscribed yet and you've watched more than 5 of my videos on my channel, what are you waiting for? You don't even need to watch 5, just watch 1 and you there. What are you waiting for to hit the subscribe button? turn on notification, like, and even comment. That's all. Thank you guys. See you guys. Why am I see you guys next time? Yeah, there'll be a next time, obviously.